If you are looking for the perfect country to live, pay taxes, and protect your wealth, let me tell you the truth. That country does not exist. If you're watching this video, then you're in the right place, because today I'm going to show you exactly how to build your 3-country strategy. My name is Mostafa, and on this channel I break down the world of global mobility, residency, and citizenship by investment, with a focus on strategy, clarity before solution. If this is useful to you, subscribe. Now let's get into it. I want you to think about how a smart investor approaches building a portfolio. They do not put all their eggs in one basket. They diversify, be it across asset classes, geographies, markets, currencies, etc. Because they understand the concept of risk, and they understand that not every single asset class will always perform well. And yet, when it comes to residency and structuring people's lives internationally, people actually do the opposite. They look for one country to solve all of their needs. They want a place to earn in, to live in, to protect wealth, to build a future, to raise a family. And this leads to compromise every single time, because the country that is most efficient for earning may not be where you want to live. And a country that you love living in may not be the country where you want your wealth sitting in. So the solution is not to keep searching for that perfect country. The solution is to stop asking one country to do a job it was not designed to do. So the right question is not what is the best country. The right question is what country is best for which job. So let me introduce what I call the 3-country strategy. One country is your income country, the second is the lifestyle country, and the third is the asset protection country. Now, it's very important to understand that this all depends on your circumstances. The goal here is not just to collect countries and to have 3 countries. For some people, it can actually be less. You need to stop asking a particular country to do a job that is not best suited for. So let me actually break down what each of those jobs look like. The income country is where it makes most sense for you to earn your money. It's where your business is based. It's where your clients are at. It's where your income is generally structured. It's where your operating setup in general works best. But it's not just about tax. It's about the business environment and the regulatory clarity. It's about the banking infrastructure. It's about access to talent. It's about access to markets and trading partners. It's essentially about how efficiently your revenue engine runs in that particular country. Yes, obviously tax matters, but if you only optimize for tax and forget about the other things, then this is a big mistake, because you need to be able to operate your business in a seamless way. Some founders, consultants, or globally mobile professionals, the UAE can actually be a great income country because A, it doesn't have personal income tax. Its corporate income tax is around 9% for taxable profits that are over $100,000. And qualifying free zone entities can actually access 0%, but obviously this requires proper structuring. But beyond the tax, the UAE offers great benefits such as proximity to the Middle East and North Africa, such as a strong talent base, such as seamless and easy international banking access. Now, for a lot of people, the UAE is actually a perfect base to have as their income country. For others, Singapore might actually be a better fit, particularly if that business is more Asia-facing, if that person requires a structured commercial environment and institutional credibility. So the question really to ask yourself is not where the tax is the lowest, it's where do I want the engine of my company or my income to be. Next is lifestyle country. Now, this is about where you actually want to spend most of your time. Now, I think people are generally honest about this, especially when they start to ask themselves, if I can live anywhere, what is the place that would really work for me and my family and would genuinely make us happy? This is a place that satisfies you across many dimensions, such as quality of life and daily experience, such as safety and stability, healthcare quality, education quality, be it universities or schools if you have children, climate, pace of life, culture, and the environment overall. For some people, Portugal or Malta could come into the conversation, particularly for those that value a slow-paced life, a warmer culture, sunny days most of the year, lower stress, good social environment overall, and a country that's not expensive to live in. For others, Switzerland is the answer because what they value most is order, stability, cleanliness, nature, world-class healthcare, and genuine stability in the place that they live in. So there is no universal right answer here. The lifestyle country is one of the most personal out of the three because it's one actually where logic and emotion can actually conflict. Because you might think that one country is great, is efficient to be in, but you don't actually enjoy staying in that country. And having those honest conversations between yourself and between your family is actually very important because it starts to point you towards the right solution. And the goal really is to choose something that you're comfortable living in most of the year, not just something that looks great on paper. So the right question to ask yourself here is, where does life work best for me and the people that I care about? The third is the asset protection country. And this is the country where you want your long-term wealth to sit in safely, predictably, and under a strong legal protection. So this is not necessarily where you earn or where you live. It's the place that you want to have stability, especially if something happens politically, financially, or legally in the countries that you actually do live and earn in. So the role of this country is to have a strong legal protection, the rule of law, a political stability over the long term, institutional quality and strong financial infrastructure, estate planning frameworks, geographic risk diversification, banking confidence, and in some cases maybe trusts or foundation structures. And the critical distinction here is just because a country is great for generating wealth doesn't mean that you want your long-term wealth or your savings to sit there. And you know, I actually had a lot of conversations with business owners about this particular country, the asset protection country. A lot of those conversations were with family businesses. They were maybe second or third generations. And they always said that we were taught from such a young age that always whenever we make X amount as income, we take half of that amount and we send it abroad. This was so embedded into their DNA from when they're kids and when they assumed operations of their parents' businesses. And I actually understand why they think this way, because for a lot of them, they operated historically over generations in countries that had turbulences, be it sanctions, be it conflicts, be it currency collapses, capital controls, etc. So obviously they didn't want to be in a position where if something happens one day, they would have to start from scratch. They wanted protection for their assets, for their wealth. And this is a smart way of actually doing so. So the question here is, where do I want my wealth to sit safely if life, politics, or markets change elsewhere? Now, I want to bring it all together and I want to do so in a real example so that you can see how combining those three countries can actually work. So imagine that you run an international business, a business that has strong presence in Asia. You're not particularly tied to one location, and your business does not really require a presence in Asia or in any one specific country. So for your income country, Singapore can actually make sense. It's a regional hub in Asia. It can ease a lot of the dealings between multiple Asian countries. It offers a business-friendly environment. It has institutional credibility, and the banking infrastructure is solid over there as well. But Singapore is not necessarily where you want to live. You don't really love the weather, you don't enjoy humidity, you prefer more colder climates. So you move to a place such as Dublin, Ireland. And this is obviously it has a colder climate. It's an English-speaking country. It has better connections to Europe. It has a culture that suits you. So it's all very agreeable with you and your personality. You hold a non-domiciled resident status in Ireland. Now, what that means is that you're not getting taxed on any foreign income unless obviously you're remitted to Ireland, but you can still operate your business regularly and only remit to Ireland the money that you need to live your life with. But other than this, you don't have to pay taxes on any of your globally sourced income. That leaves your asset protection country. Now, most of your wealth is earned in Singapore. It's a decent country. It has good credibility and strong banking system, but still you don't like that concentration risk, and any money that you remit to Dublin, Ireland will be taxed. So you choose a third country, such as Switzerland, where it has strong legal frameworks, strong protections, safety, rule of law, and this can be your asset protection country. And that's essentially how it is. 3 countries doing 3 distinct jobs, each one doing what it's good at. Now, I want to give you another example. So I want you to imagine that you are a freelance consultant. You have a lot of clients mostly in the GCC, and it's structurally cleaner for you and easier to have a company that is in the UAE. So you set up a company there and this becomes your income country. It's easier to serve clients from, it's easier to receive income to, and it's easier to transfer your money internationally across banks. Now, when it comes to lifestyle and choosing the country that you want to spend most of your time in, that country for you is Spain. You love the country, you love the people, the culture, the food, the weather. It's all perfect for you. And the cherry on top is that it's closer to home. So you can easily take a short flight to your home country and you get to see your family, your parents, and come back easily. Obviously, if you're spending a lot of time in Spain, you might end up being a tax resident. So this is something obviously that needs to be well factored into your decision and carefully planned and thought of. And because the scenario I'm describing is just a framework, it's not really a plug and play solution. Finally, for the asset protection, Singapore or Switzerland can play that role for you. It's a well-regulated economy, it's safe, it's well-structured, it has credibility, so that country can easily be your asset protection country. So if you're going to start thinking this way, here's how to practically approach it. The first thing you need to do is define your income job. What kind of income am I getting? Am I getting a salary, a consulting fees, investment returns, dividends? Who are my clients? Where are they based? Do I need proximity to certain locations, or do I just want operational simplicity? Where does my business actually function best? Not just on paper, in reality. The second thing is you need to define your lifestyle priorities. If you were going to spend most of the year in one place, where would you genuinely want that place to be? Where would your family be happiest? What matters to you most? Is it health? Is it safety? Is it pace of life? Is it climate? Is it culture or environment? You need to define those things. The third thing is defining your asset protection priorities. And it starts with asking yourself if you're comfortable having your wealth being in the same country that you live and earn in. Go a layer deeper and ask yourself, if something happened financially or politically in my income country, where would I want my long-term wealth to sit? Fourth point is identify where you really are over-concentrated. Am I earning, living, and all my assets are in one particular place simply because I never separated those functions? Okay, what if something happens in the place that I live in, earn in, and have all my assets in tomorrow? How exposed would I really be? I want to close with something important, which is that this framework I just outlined is universal, but the solution is very personal. The logic of separating where you live, where you earn, and where your assets are protected is a broad concept, but this completely depends on you, your situation, your tax situation, your current citizenship, your family's goals, your lifestyle needs, your businesses, where they're structured. All of these things are very personal. Structuring your life across multiple jurisdictions requires professional advice. What I just did now is that I gave you a mental model, but getting those details right and applying them in a correct way to your particular situation requires professional guidance. So let me leave you with one question. If you separated your life today into those 3 roles, an income country, a lifestyle one, and an asset protection one, which one do you think is currently the weakest in your setup? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if this kind of thinking, clear, honest, built around strategy and not sales pitches, is aligned with you, then please subscribe. This is exactly what this channel is here for.